420.
And we're live. Right on the Patron.
Oh man, can you imagine like getting something like tuned up, set up with like a live icon and all that fun stuff and like put it out too soon?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not saying we saw that art
No.
there, but we totally saw
Didn't
that.
happen.
It
Totally didn't look
happen.
over and go, what? What? No, I didn't tap that go button, fam.
Woo, woo, mirror.
Oh,
Oh,
what's going on, beautiful people? We're getting ready for another weekly, daily Wednesdays. Yes. What is this, like week 4 of isolation time?
Could have fooled me.
yeah.
I was in the
longer
office
here.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's so you were yesterday too, Pedro.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Man, week 4, week 6, I don't know.
Yeah, Arthur, and we're on week 6 here in LA too.
Working from home blended together for me like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. The only day I know is Saturday.
Yeah, no, the isolation period started a bit later here in the UK because it's like, oh, let's promote herd immunity. That went well.
Yeah, like Sweden is doing. No. I have family in Sweden. I'm like, and they're they're staying home. 'Cause,
Oh, I get my own category. Thank you, Arthur.
Yeah. And Pedro. Pedro's definitely a thing. There's a force of... I don't know, man. How far are you in Dark Souls?
Just killed Ornstein and Smo, and the stream ended, on the meme that everyone's saying, "Amazing chest ahead."
Might not have made it that far, so...
Yeah, it's a bit of a meme, and there's a couple of messages on the floor with said meme. So that's where I ended the stream, because it's like, okay, that's too obvious not to.
yeah, Arthur knows I was up last night with our earthquake and other issues. I did get some sleep, but not hardly any.
Sleep's for the weak.
Yeah.
Apparently, the biggest earthquake was like a 3 point something.
Mm-hmm.
That I suppose I could say I witnessed, because I didn't feel it at all. I was just at the computer, and I heard the wheels on the chair go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And like China at my parents' place downstairs going ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
No, I've only been
Like, what
earthquake
the hell?
adjacent because the rack, speaking of wheels that I was working on, because all the weight on it, it's like, why does this thing get wheels on it? This is a dumb idea. From the top, like move, like didn't feel anything from the floors. Like,
Yeah.
what was
Saw
that?
the top sway.
Never thought about it. And later that day, it's like, I'm state. It was in like, New York or somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, the ground shook, got it. That's happened before. It'll
Yeah,
happen
no,
again.
it's like 10 seconds later, my dad calls like, "Did you feel that?" It's like, I heard it. I didn't really feel it.
Was I supposed to feel it? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Then you're gonna have the ground shake support group.
Yes. The ground shakes.
The ground shakes, man. You remember Tremors, don't you?
No, I love that movie. I love the even the remake was
man.
pretty good, but I love the
Movies,
original.
Yeah, the original
Yeah.
two were pretty fun.
Yeah.
That was some good camp back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we had people who's like, that wasn't a very serious horror movie. It wasn't supposed to be, man.
Clearly.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. That together. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to spend all my AMD check money on.
Old $30.40 cents.
42 cents.
Yeah.
I saw your picture.
Dude, I get a little email notification. It's like, what is in that box at the end of your driveway that you have to periodically empty? And they just scan in the mail. It's like, AMD, what did I do? Better go see what that is. And probably been 3 weeks since I've just emptied the box. That's the normal procedure. I'll take the wheelie bin on trash day and because nothing comes in there. Then, so yeah, I checked that. I had no idea. $30. I was expecting nothing, let's be honest, because
yes.
I think Pennywise, I'm like, hey, I got a thing, and I got a thing because we bought bulldozer processors, and there was a class action lawsuit. It's like, oh, what do I got to do? If there's, I just punch the code in? All right, I'll do that. It's like, I'll buy that lottery ticket. Yeah. I was expecting, like, I'm debating, I guess I should put that in the bank, right?
Yeah.
Start a savings account, never touch it for like 10 years, see how many cents you get.
It's my investment.
Well, put it in with your government disbursement check.
The government disbursement check.
Yeah.
How does that work, Jill? Tell me more about this government disbursement check.
The COVID
You run
relief.
in, you take their purse, and you've dispersed them.
They're going to disperse me with a check. Oh man, okay, let me kick over to live. Boop. And I don't know, man. That's like if whatever. I'll take a picture of it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put it inside the bulldozer box. That's all I'm going to do with it. I don't know. It's $30. I'm not going to bother with that.
I mean, if anything justifies a frame around it, that would be it.
I mean, like, do you desperately need anything that's $30? Man. So here's a quick update. The second monitor arm that I ordered from the same company.
Oh, yeah. So what happened with that, Vin?
Well, it was a long, arduous battle that took place outside. The monitor arm was armed with advanced weaponry from the future. Myself, however, finding a slight disadvantage with only a no, it showed up not working, in a broken, not working state.
Okay. I saw the picture of it, but I couldn't tell what was wrong with it.
Okay, hang on.
The bolt at an angle off the side?
See, I muted Pedro because he's trying to spoil things. Because he's a monster. Who remembers? Oh, I think I put it on my Twitter, didn't I?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I have to download it and zoom in on it.
You can do that. I'm just going to go to my Twitter and look at it. Okay. Let's see. All right, everyone at home. I want you to see if you can figure out what the problem is.
That's bent. I see.
Do you see anything, Pedro? Anything
Yes.
The giant protruding bolt that's sticking out of the side.
Yeah, out of the side and at an angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the angle. I didn't see the angle before.
It's the protruding out is the problem.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to do that.
Okay. Yeah, because it's supposed to be inside the. Okay, I see.
It's supposed to be the pivot. Yeah.
The pivot. Yeah.
Like a good bolt. I get the one with the Renegade Rebel bolt in it, man, and
Wow. Yeah,
of
because that
course
could
it's
be.
still smashed together, and it's just this kinetic ball of nope, and dumbest thing they can do, the most irresponsible thing this company can do, is not ask for the return. Because I don't need that in my house. I'm going to have to give it to somebody because I know, given enough time, I can fix that. It's
Yeah.
Find a use for it.
I can make that work again. Just a blood scatter
Wow.
up against the wall. What happened? He was fixing something. Die doing what he loved. Yeah, but the thing is, that's sitting in the box. They come very tightly packaged, and they're clamped down to make sure you have weight on them because these are ones for 30-plus-inch monitors, and I spend the 15 minutes of like getting the base put together, and I'm like, yeah, take the base, came in here, installed the base, and I'm like, ooh, let's go get the arm part, pulled the arm part out. I'm like, that's not right.
Oh. Poor Ben. Oh boy.
So, zip ties, man. It has a giant zip tie on it. I wanted to salvage it because it's a... Man, somebody put that zip tie on you. You're not going anywhere. Like what I'm saying is it would take a minute to cut through it.
Mm-hmm. Your teeth.
But hopefully they will ask for that back.
Yeah.
So I don't start doing investigative repairs on it. The one I have the Shownet monitor on, they're great.
It was fine.
They're $40. Can't beat them. I did see if I could, just initially, I was like, did that just slip? And I thought about what I was doing. I had the pliers in my hand, too. Just put that back in.
Gas-powered struts.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but what slows down the gas? Springs. High-tension springs.
Yeah.
Flying. Yeah, I didn't want it. It's not going to tango with it. So I decided...
Yes.
Put it back in the box and fill out the return slips and all that fun stuff. Who knows? Maybe December, because they only go like 3 weeks. Hey, Chibs.
Chipsy.
Hello, Chips.
And, cool. I think we should be ready. Let me go grab some drinks. So if anybody needs to go do anything, now's the time to do it, not when I come back.
Okay.
Yeah, drink.
Aw. Okay, I guess we're...
That's adorable. That's adorable. Oh man, you're just stuck with me now. What are we gonna do? We should talk about them, right? Talk some smack. Steve, you stayed around. You're the real MVP. No, I gotta get that done. Because... you can kind of see like that little bit of the monitor here. That's a big monitor. I mean, not comparatively, it's not a big monitor, but it's a 28-inch monitor and it's got a big chunky base. So I want to get that on an arm so I can utilize this desk space because these guys are kind of crammed together on the far end. Are you a fan of desk space, Pedro Mateus?
Desk space. What's that?
It's the stuff... I don't like clutter, in case you haven't noticed. Not a fan.
My mind works very well if it's just surrounded by clutter and it's like, oh, that's cool. I'll just focus on the one thing I'm doing and ignore it.
I think it's like perpetual busy work for me because I think my natural state is cluttery, but I know better.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a wireless keyboard and gerbil because I have a problem with, like, it's like, nope, I don't even want cables on this. Nope, all right, let's get this done. And it just immediately gets filled, though. But I was talking about desk space. That's the reason for the second monitor. You do not realize how much desk space that clears up until you go, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just push it back and move it around, and like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah, no, monitor arms. They're very nice. That's I'm still using the emergency desk that I had to buy off of Amazon after DPD broke the one I bought originally. So yeah, I'll have to get a proper desk at some point. Maybe not right now, but when I do, these monitors, they both have VESA mounts, so they're probably both going to go on an arm.
That was the other thing doing this Acer, but I put the VESA mounts on it too. I'd already pulled, and it's a chore getting this 28-inch behemoth in and out without knocking anything over. But yeah, monitor arms are the business, man. Also, there's a desk I'll recommend. This one. It's on our studio equipment page. I'll vouch for it. It's for the price. There's a lot of engineering in this desk of going, oh, yeah, okay, you used really thin steel on this. Then you went back and go, how can we add support struts to this to make it not as wobbly? Like, yeah, I'd do that. That's how, that would be me in my garage, is like TIG welding a couple of bars to it. But they did that and put some screw holes in. Also,
Yeah,
man,
no,
I don't know if I said this. I want to give everyone a PSA.
It wobbles. It wobbles a lot.
Yeah. Well, the main desk doesn't, because it's only it has 2 ingredients, and that's tempered glass and steel. Mm-hmm. Not very wobbly, but the downside of that, not much give.
Nope.
Nope. Pro tip: if you're at home, maybe you've bought some furniture or something like that recently, and you've put it together with the Allen wrench. It doesn't matter. You have a toolbox. You have a billion like high quality Allen wrenches, drive, socket, but you don't use that. No, you use the one they gave you out of principle. You're like, yeah, I can put it together with this. Watch this.
They say I can put it together with this, so I'm gonna put it together with this.
100% happens every time. I'm like, there it is. Okay, me and you, let's go on an adventure. Once you do that, a week later, it doesn't matter if it's a desk, if it's a bookshelf or anything. I'm like, go back and retighten it. It will be loose. And you will add years to that from the friction of movement, because it's never, you can tighten it down hard as you want the first time to the point of almost breaking. Give it a week, go back and retighten it. Just re-snug it. Do yourself a favor. Yay, truth from Vin. What did I say? I didn't mean to. Prove it.
The same thing with this chair here. It's like about a week after I got it, the back was a bit loose. So I just pulled the side plastic covers. There we go.
I don't bother with the high back. Even I've noticed I don't like that driving position. I do that sometimes and it feels weird.
Yeah, that's why this chair is as forward as it goes.
I always lean forward. Man, I'm going to have like a wicked hunchback, later on.
So my back is sort of straight for 3 minutes until the lumbar pillow starts sliding, towards my ass. And then...
You know that, I'll be, especially like when I'm editing, I like, okay, stand like, oh, ow, all right, that was bad. All right. Then you lie to yourself and you're like, I'm going to sit up, and like 3 minutes later, you're right back at it.
Yeah.
This is the true. I use a pillow. It's a booster seat, and I'm not kidding, because I have to like put this chair to the floor to get my knee organs up under the desk, and it's just like comically too small. I look like Tiny Vin. Like I look like the keyboard cat. So it gives me a little extra boost. But no, I don't use a pillow. But I get up too. If I'm not doing these shows, my maximum like button chair time's maybe 10 minutes. Then I got to get up and walk around, stretch my legs.
Oh no, my natural position is sitting down.
No,
Very much.
I eat standing up.
It's like I don't mind standing. I'll stand the whole day if I have to. I have for many, many years. But I like sitting down. I do.
All right, let me get something to drink and we'll get on with it.
Hey.
How about you, Jill? Standing up or
I-
sitting down?
Both? No, no. After I'm sitting for a long time doing podcasts, I have to get up and move around. It's just, yeah, I can't.
You
sit
damn
for
active
too long.
people, you.
Yeah, after I do a show, I always have to. I feel like I need to go out for a walk or do something, do my exercises or something.
I need some backup here, Shatrol, because slacker, stand up. No, wait, sit down.
Well, you move around a lot at work too, so when you're home, you probably just want to relax.
I mean, going to the office now is basically carrying 10 laptop boxes
Yeah.
in my arms, up the elevator, and then just drop them on the desk, get all the laptops going, log people into them, put them back in the box, carry the laptop boxes down to reception again. And it's like, okay, these, get... I have to.
Yeah.
Because most of the offices, Health Education England offices in the country, closed. There's like 2 or 3 that are still open, and Cambridge is now serving the east
Everyone.
of England, the Midlands, and London. So,
Oh, boy.
yeah, we have to prepare, provision, that's the word, laptops for basically
Wow.
everyone.
Keeping the NHS going, Pedro. That's awesome.
And that's the bulk of the laptops that we've given out lately is like doctors coming back that either went on retirement or went on a sabbatical or were doing
Yes.
admin work.
Yeah.
They're going back into active work.
That makes
So
sense.
it's like, yeah, they need laptops. It's like, so that's 70 laptops that we need to issue out from here all over the country. Okay, great. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it keeps your job safe.
Oh yeah, no, it makes me feel so appreciated. At the same time, I see and talk on Skype with people, and where those other offices were closed. It's like, oh yeah, no, I've been home since the isolation started. I haven't done anything. It's like, mother.
Yeah, I know. You want a break too. That's kind of been happening with Steven. He does have a lot of work, but fortunately, he is getting somewhat of a break. Not doing quite as much work, but he's
I don't
happy
even need a
he has
break.
the work.
Just, when this is over, give me a freaking raise.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, you really have been home too much if you think that's gonna happen.
That's the thing. I haven't been at home too much.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and some people have been busier with the lockdown than not, depending on their jobs. My brother's had like 4 times the amount of work.
Yes, every place except the NHS, Linux. Bunch of people getting hired right now.
Right. Okay.
And Amazon, yeah.
I think something I've been meaning to do is to pull down. Yeah, that's you. Let's get that down to 2.
you go, Linux Canary. I decided to do my gnome mug again. I like this mug.
Tutu.
Yeah, gnome or Ubuntu Mate color.
Come on, you can get it. There it is. And do I have? Nope. There it is. There's that. Okay.
It's Spanish Linux Neuro.
One.
Mate.
Yeah. And that's how Martin Wimpress says it as well.
It was an Argentinian developer, I believe, that originally forked it, and that's what he called it.
That makes sense.
If you want to call it mate, put an accent on it.
Yeah, without the accent, it's just mate.
This is mate.
Hey, mate.
Get armed. Hey everyone, let's do a show.
Yes.
Maybe. Did I speak too soon?
Stinking. Stinking accent.
Hmm?
The way Chipsy spelled out stinking.
Oh, okay.
Stinking.
How dare you to force me to pay attention?
Stinking.
You're doing the thing?
Oh God, Zoom.
What?
Katana is like homeschooling the kids and supervising their Zoom meetings. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Most of the other podcasts I'm on use Zoom, but they're using private rooms and on Linux.
Yeah, Zoom is a privacy nightmare. That's why Google's
Yeah.
like, quit using it.
Information governance at work has said no.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, the Meet Jitsi app on mobile is really easy too as well. So of course that's what I recommend for everyone.
All right, let's get to it. Get your stretchies up. All right. And welcome back to Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays, where we can sit back, relax, take that
Hello.
midweek break, and just talk about some of the fun things we found going on in the world of Linux. Hi, everyone. I'm Vince Stone. That is Jill Bryant and one Pedro Mateus. Everyone watching us live. Fair warning, we do try to have a good time on the show. There may be laughter, so if you're adverse to that, run away now while there's still time. That was hilarious, wasn't it, Pedro?
Your face is alert. What?
Yeah.
It is. It is. What have you been up to, man? How's the island holding up?
It's holding up, and being, NHS person myself, my job is just mostly, supporting the people who are actually out there doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that still involves going into the office to get a bunch of laptops ready and get a bunch of stuff packaged up to send to wherever the people happen to be. So that's been my life for the past month.
Mm. Jill, anything new going on?
Oh yeah. So I've been having actually I'm often on Linux Unplugged at Jupiter Broadcasting on Tuesday, and we decided to start a community discussion around that on Sundays with the Linux. We call it the LUP Lug, Linux Unplugged Lug, and that's been a lot of fun. And Chris and all the hosts came in, and it was really fun. It's like what we do here at LGC and the after shows and so that was really nice to organize that. and help with that. And wow, so I've been also enjoying playing some Serious Sam 2 with Proton and Ultra HD. So that's been fun. I'd never played that game because it wasn't available on Linux, but now we have Proton and Lutris. So now I can play it. It was a lot of fun. I like riding dinosaurs.
Right on. So, have we seen all the excitement, the OMG WTF BBQ with the RTX audio app that removes background noise utilizing RTX cores unless you change a little thing in the script and it just uses regular CUDA cores. You can even run it on 980. Yes, that is amazing advanced technology, and it's just brilliant to see, and I'm kind of laughing because it's Windows only. So you know what? I'm going to show you how we do the exact same thing. We've been doing the exact same thing for years using an open source application, an open source LV2 plugin, this Friday.
Awesome.
I saw that, and I saw everyone, it's like, this is amazeballs. This is great. I can run like, that's easy. We have a AI plugin that can scan that, and we use it on this show. We're using it right now. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Also, I'm rolling in AMD monies. It's pretty wild.
You actually got the check.
I got the check, man. We were discussing before we went live. I was like, what do I do with this? Just put it in the box, put it in the wall? I don't know if I really bother cashing it. It's more than you would think, man. It was like $30. It's like, what?
Wow.
Whatever shall I do with this newfound wealth?
Frame it.
Frame it or something, man. Yeah, I didn't expect that. So if you were included, because I don't think you ever applied to be part of that class action lawsuit, they just sent out mailers to everyone that bought a bulldozer, gave you a code, and if you punch that in, whenever that was, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, hey, get ready. You're going to have choices to try to spend your newfound wealth. Then again, there's probably been times in my life where $30 could have been a game changer. So I'm only half joking about that. Make use of it if it shows up. Yeah. Cool. Well, we do have a couple of things to talk about this week, believe it or not, because
yay!
There's a hot new version of Ubuntu about to roll out, and this is from It's Fossil. This is going to be in our show notes, but we're just wrapping about 2004, the new LTS, and they're rolling down
tomorrow
all of the stuff that you need to know. Man, a couple of neat things in this. You're going to be getting kernel 5.4, so you're going to have that native FAT support. That's going to be a thing. They're going to get rid of Amazon apps. Well, the one thing that they had left, it was basically Amazon free.
Yeah.
And this is also going to include WireGuard, to which I hear you. But then, kernel 5.4 does not have this WireGuard. They're going to backport it. That's going to be a thing. New things with themes and stuff like that, but I don't know about the dark mode. I would use that. Pedro, would you use that?
Yeah. I am using that on KDE.
Yes.
Jill?
But the big one seems to be, go ahead, Jill.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm using it right now on Ubuntu Mate as well. And yeah, as we talked about a few weeks ago with the beta release of Ubuntu 2004, GNOME 3.36 is a lot faster and much more polished. And as Ben was saying, there's a new dark mode setting with 3 variants that you saw there of the default Yaru theme, light, dark, and standard. And what's really awesome, yay, and fractional scaling. And the
how many years did that take?
I know. That's and the themes are part of the settings application
now. It didn't work for my multiple monitor setup, though it showed hardware limit. Wow.
I mean, it'll do it on all the monitors at once.
Yeah, so the themes don't. You can change them in the settings application now. You don't have to install GNOME tweaks, which I really wish GNOME would follow suit with the GNOME tweaks configuration and just include them in the UI by default. That would be really nice. And big news for us gamers is it also includes the game mode performance tool from Feral Interactive. So that's really, really awesome. And no more 32-bit system support for Ubuntu 2004, as we've been talking about probably for the last year. That was coming.
But what will I run on my retro battle station? I'll tell you what you're going to run on that. You're going to run a retro distribution, baby.
Debian.
Yeah.
Snaps
But
first.
Yeah, that's the big one, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, no, we're totally going to be pushing out snaps. So if you're trying to run a package like, say, htop, that doesn't come installed by default, come on. It's current year argument. Just do it. But it goes, oh, you can install it by doing a sudo snap install htop or sudo apt install htop. It's
Why do you hate options, Pedro?
I don't hate options. I just don't like snaps. So sudo apt auto remove -- purge snapd is the way forward.
Nope.
Apparently.
Nope. Yeah,
Yes.
you're being silly. You're just being the contrarian person that you are. This is how you do it. You push it out there, just like Google Plus and Google did, because that worked. I mean, this is advanced strats. You're just not understanding the right way to go about it.
I mean, if they want people to hate it and, just kill it outright, that'll do it. Yeah.
Well, I understand where they're coming from because they want people to know what it is, know it's there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. You're just containerization on the desktop. I'm still waiting for the oh, wait, that's the one time that makes sense.
For a workstation, for a server, sure. For dedicated work machine, that's all it does. Fine. You need version control over every little bit of software that you have installed on it, and you need to be able to control the sandboxing and everything else that it's using. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On my desktop PC, on my personal laptop, no. Stop pushing it, please.
No, Pedro, you're just old and you're set in your ways, man. This is what all the kids are doing, and we just won't have any more of it. Hey, 2004, it's out there. Go test on it. Go hammer on it.
Yeah.
Go fire some bug reports.
It's awesome.
And see if you like it. It's always good for new LTS, and it's been a minute,
That'll be out officially tomorrow.
Nice. But let's keep. Hey, you know what?
Yay.
I don't dislike this.
Yay.
Me neither. Because if you're going to do containers that are useful for desktop users, AppImage is pretty nice. You just download it, you run it, and away you go. It's easy. Go figure. But this is AppImage Builder, which version not 5.0 is currently out, and they are starting a 1.0 feature freeze and the use of static linked app run to speed up application startup, which also very, very nice. Also a big, big problem with snaps. But, the way that AppImage Builder works is that it basically just grabs whatever information from apt or DNF and creates a static package of whatever bit of software you're trying to create the app image of. And it resolves all the dependencies and sets everything up. Neat. So that's all very well and good. What about software that's not in the repos? Can you not pull the output from LDD, find what provides those packages, and set it up from there? Because I have a few, bits of old software and old games that could benefit from that a great deal.
I don't know. App images, for me, 100% app images is when I don't want to make that, when I want to test the waters. This is exactly how it works with it. I see this program, especially if I know I'm going to have to build it. I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be a minute. Oh, look, there's an app image. Do I want to tango with this thing? Let's download the app image. Does it launch? Hey, look, that's all I'm looking for in an app image. Do you kind of work? Okay, let's make you a real boy. Maybe I'll add a repo or just compile it myself. But, this is a feature freeze, and I just wanted to share this little bit of information with everyone. Hey, if you're looking to package something what does it run on? What does all of them? Period.
Yeah.
Do I have to install them? Nope. What about nope? What do I have to download it?
chmod plus X. There you go.
I was just happy to see that this is continually being updated because AppImage is my favorite containerized format as well, and what I like to test new software with when it's available. So, and I love the fact that it's going to launch even faster because app images always launched faster than snaps and Flatpaks. Even for the first time, they launched faster.
Yeah,
So, this is
because
really awesome.
the containerization is just the application and the
Exactly.
dependencies that it needs. It doesn't come with its own sandbox and its own runtime and its own this and its own that.
Calm down, Grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm getting off your line. Speaking of Grandpa, this next story comes courtesy of Arthur, and he dropped it into our show notes. This is something old. It's old enough to where I recommend it. And, well, this is based on something old, I should say. Because this is, we're going to PyCom?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Or
PyCom.
It's a fork
I think
with both Tyrone 144s, dual. I'm not even trying that. That's some weeb words. And GLX backend. But anti-laced rounded corners, man. Have you ever looked at your desktop compositor and been like, man, those quarters, oof, if they were only more rounded.
I always deliberately go for the themes that have the sharp corners. Just because rounded corners don't look very good.
If you genuinely, like, man, what theme are you running in? I was like, yes, that one. Dude. This is just kind of neat, man, because I like to see additional work done on Compton. Compton's like genuinely the second thing I install after getting X up and running, and it just works. There is points to this. They're like, yo, check this out. We're going to refactor Compton, so it's got that going for it. You know, it is forked from the original base, and they want to make it maintainable to... Is Compton, Pedro, what do you think? Unmaintainable or abandoned because it's been abandoned, or because it's done?
Because it still works, and it works exactly as well as it did however many years ago that it stopped being supported. But yeah, no, Compton, it worked very well, and it's one of those applications that you ask, what do? I composite. And the way it goes, it does its thing. You can pick X-Render, GLX. You can pick whether you want transparency or no transparency. That's it.
Rounded corners, Pedro.
Yeah. And it's nice to have another, a lightweight option, obviously. And actually, this can improve gaming performance. So
I just like
always a thing.
This was originally supposed to do R Unix board, and unfortunately I have it in the view of new Reddit, which I don't know how to use or understand. But I think the second comment on the initial post, that'll be in the show notes, is like, oh great, here I go jacking up my config again, and perfectly functional Compton configuration, and let's go playing with that. Not broke, don't fix. But if you need you need that. But it's using GLX backend out of the box. I don't know.
That is good.
Yeah.
That,
very much.
I don't know.
The XFCE developers could stand to learn a little bit from that.
Yeah.
I was genuinely a little disappointed when I fired up 414, that compositor. Oof. No. I did not have good experiences with it. I am compositor free right now. We were talking about that for going live. Like, nah, just not bothering with it. You know what? I think I'll live without shadows. I think I will.
Yeah.
100%. Jitsi news.
Yeah, this is really cool. So I saw this tweet a few days ago, and Jitsi tweeted, "We just shipped massively improved Firefox support on meet.jitsi. Firefox, it's your turn now. Looking forward to your upcoming support for RTX and TCC." Oh, I was really excited about this because we need Firefox to support WebRTC better and to work better. It's always been an issue on Jitsi, even on Zoom. Anytime you're using WebRTC, Firefox would sometimes crash, and it wouldn't. It's working better these days, but it still wasn't there. And this will help, especially with us using Jitsi. Maybe we can start using Firefox now. That would be awesome.
Not as long as Firefox keeps putting that little stupid Annoyotron box at the top of the screen. And
yeah,
doesn't
It's for your own
anything
good,
with it.
man. It's for
It
your
does
own
hide.
good.
It does hide, yes.
For
Does it
your
hide?
own
Because
good.
I used
I've
it,
never-
what was it, on Monday when I was in that Portuguese podcast. I was using their thing through Firefox. And slapdash right there. It's like, can I get rid of... No.
I'm still
Okay.
there for
Yeah.
your safety.
Well, I've had a situation on multi-monitors where it's actually in the left-hand corner of the monitor on the left side, and I don't find it until later.
Well, unfortunately,
I have to
it's
move it
still
over.
there, and they've just the Mozilla Foundation is locked into like that needs to be there. Why? It
Really doesn't.
I get it.
No.
I get it, Mozilla. It's
Yeah.
a practical joke that's just gotten a little bit out of hand, but it's okay. You can take it off, man.
Yeah.
One of the things that I also saw in that post was why not? Yeah, let's get RTX and WebRTC because reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm down with that. I could see it because you can definitely do video encoding with the tensor cores. So, but you could also do it with the CUDA cores too. Good luck on whenever that shows up. But hey, it is mentioned. It's a thing that could be worked on. Good. And
Yay.
better Jitsi support for Firefox. I know that is something that has long been needed.
Yeah.
So good times, everyone. Pedro, this just doesn't make any sense. All right.
Actually, it makes perfect sense.
This is awesome.
This is QRCP, and it's QR copy, like the CP command that you would type into your favorite terminal emulator. And what this does is you pass a file or a folder as an argument or a flag to that command, QRCP, and it generates a QR code that you can scan with your phone or your tablet or anything that reads QR codes and knows what to do with them. And what it does is it goes to the little URL that shows up above the QR code on the phone and goes, oh, that's a file. I'm just going to download it. From the terminal. No X needed, no nothing, and you can just send an entire folder over the Wi-Fi's with just a QR code. That's kind of neat. That was really... I didn't know that was a thing that I wanted, but I do now.
Got pictures. You say it's kind of neat, and my burning meat says a different translation is that's ripe for abuse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again,
I'm sure.
so are most useful things like web browsers or Zoom.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be fun? I'm trying to think of like how many terabytes of storage I could put into like one folder to generate that QR code to send.
I'm pretty sure phones go, we can't download that. That's too big.
I don't know. Maybe that'll be a bug report you have to file. Like,
Oh, yeah.
So I just tried to download 100 and something gigs to my phone.
why? Because I was watching this podcast and oh man.
Yeah. Well, what an ingenious way to use the terminal. I just thought this was awesome. Generating QR codes in the terminal to send files. That's just cool.
It's definitely different, man. It is kind of funny when you think about it because there's just not a good way to get files from point A to point B from your mobile, from your desktop. It doesn't matter. This is not a limitation of Linux. It's just not there. And I know like everyone's going to be like, well, I have this one app that works.
Yes.
I usually just like, if I have the mobile near and you have it to plug in, okay, but outside of that.
What if, say, you're remoting onto your server and you want to get something out of that server onto your phone?
Yeah.
Done. Magic.
This I like because it seems more efficient than, well, I'm just going to upload that to Google Drive and message myself so I can get them. There we go. Oh, man, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So tell me about this open source note-taking and to-do application with synchronization capabilities.
Yeah, this is actually really cool. This is Joplin, and thank you for Strider of Lutris for the great recommendation on this. This is a free open source note-taking and to-do application, which helps you write and organize your notes and synchronize them between your devices. And I actually downloaded the app image for desktop, which works great, but it is also available for mobile and awesome terminal. You can write the notes in your terminal and sync them. And it's really great because Joplin launches right into the welcome notes with instructions on using it. And it's very similar to using Evernote. And since the notes are actually in Markdown format, there is great flexibility, especially for coders and developers. And you can import and export from many other note-taking apps, including Evernote and Simple Note. And a great feature of Joplin, which I've been using a lot since I started using it this week, is being able to launch notes in your favorite text editor, such as gedit, with the edit and external editor command. And it's just a really flexible note-taking app. It's one of the best ones out there. And it has a lot of features that even Evernote doesn't. So it's really, really amazing and flexible, and it works on all the things.
Breaking the whole note sync away from centralized Google, Microsoft, Apple, Evernote, etc. ecosystem, those kinds of ecosystems. Very lofty goal. Kudos, major kudos for that. But I'm going to have to call XKCD927 here because I'm not entirely sure creating yet another service which needs to rely on either a third party like Google or Microsoft or whatever, or people deploying their own synchronization server. I'm not entirely sure that's the way to do it.
I don't know, man. I gotta say my favorite thing about this project is the talk about custom CSS. Followed by this one. That just kind of runs off.
No.
All right.
Oh.
Custom CSS.
The formatting doesn't like all that zooming in.
Yes.
So, do you want to start some trouble? You're stuck at home and you got to be on a Zoom meeting. You got to be on a Skype call. You want to be on Jitsi, and you find that you got a video card that, something like an old 1080 Ti laying around that you can probably get about 33 FERPs with. You want to mess with people because that's what you do when you get bored. You cause chaos and mayhem. Or that might just be me, but be more like Vin. Avatars for Zoom and Skype, man. This is Avatarify? Yeah, let's go with that, man. Avatarify. So you can basically take some pictures, stick it together, create a virtual webcam, and have some fun with it. I do believe this is a video that drew some attention. This was Elon Musk joined our Zoom call.
Really well done.
That's pretty much out of the box. So when you're watching the video version, these are like two
deep
people.
Fakes.
Yeah. You kind of think of that real time. Does this actually pop off? They're flipping out. They're like, oh my gosh, Elon Musk. It wasn't. It was his avatar. But think about the fun you can get up to with this.
Yeah.
Fun.
Avatar bombing on Zoom now. Not that they don't have enough problems, but
it's available for Linux, Mac, Windows. It works with Skype, Zoom's like basically anything that'll take
it's V4L2. It works
exactly.
with everything that accepts a video device.
The requirements, you're going to be looking at getting about 33 FERPs with a 1080 Ti, 15 with a 1070. Mac OS, just don't one.
Yeah, -1.
Yeah, I guess that integrated Intel GPU on Mac, it ain't doing so good.
This is interesting. So we need to try this out, Pedro. I want to try to see if we can use it with like a picture of a shoe. I want Pedro shoe hybrid in my life.
I think it does the whole deepfake thing where it tries to match the eyes with the eyes and the mouth with the mouth if it sees them. I can imagine it not working terribly well with just like a shoe.
Would it work with a microphone?
There's eyes.
Yeah, yes. Depending on the resource overhead and implementation, that might nightmare fuel may show up Saturday. Who knows? That amalgam.
That would be awesome.
Amalgam. Nope. Hey, beautiful people. If you like what we do it every Wednesday. Come check us out. Spread the show. I know a lot of people like sharing on Twitter and stuff like that. That's awesome. That's a great way to support what we do. Plus all the beautiful people who support us financially on Patreon, patreon.com/Linux Gamecast. We got a gang of ways to do that. We have Patreon, we have LibrePay, we got merch, buy our stuff, PayPal, we got Wish Zones, and of course, Magic Internet Money. If you're curious about anything in the studio, we have misappropriated the Amazon influencer program, and I've just listed everything in the studio, up to and including the desk I just bought that I actually recommend. And that can be helpful. I find that helpful when somebody's like, what's that thing?
Shopping guide.
Right. And I'm not saying buy it through Amazon. I'm just going to go buy it on eBay used, because that's probably what I did in the first place. That's kind of cool. We do have a returning patron this week, Jill.
Yeah, Linux Ganuro. He's now a sea monster.
He's a sea monster. What's a sea monster?
Yes. He's in the third highest tier of our patronage. So that's really awesome.
Patronage. As a patron, we like to kick you a couple extra rewards. You get access to the UNCUT episodes, which is an extra podcast. There's like bull. Saturday's the good deal, because that's like, if you need 4 hours of something to listen to on Monday or Sunday afternoon, there it is. Just shenanigans, and it's the entire thing. Plus, we got the pre super shows, which is our weekly production meeting for everything behind the scenes, and we have live audio available on Discord along with the creep shows. And speaking of Discord, Pedro, we have a Discord. I just figured that out.
We do. And Linux Neuro, it's good that you're back, because you've been our reigning champion over on our Discord. Chatty Linux Neuro. So
yes.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you very, very much.
That's all it was, man. He was like, oh.
It's like, I need my fix. Give me my Discord.
We are in our Discord the other 6 days of the week. If you want to stop by, say hi. We have IRC. We will always have IRC, and that's bridged together. So if you're talking on Twitch or IRC or Discord, we can synchronize. And we want you to come play with us. Giggity. Friday, we are going through Wolfenstein. Coop, returning.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting. We killed the big baddie, and we're now in the forest, which is weird, which is the furthest I've ever been in this near 20-year-old game. So
same.
We will, I'll do the announcement on that Thursday afternoon. Just check out the announcements tab in Discord, and I think we can have up to 8 people in there. So if you want to come by, come by and say hi while we're streaming it. It'll go down at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I think I still got to render it out. I have the 2020 update studio thing of like how we do everything, how we're doing NetJack and how all audio stuff, plugins and video, Blackmagic stuff, literal Blackmagic stuff is stuck together. I'll put that out for patrons. Probably also this Friday, because that's a big render job. I hit render on that the other night. I'm like, ooh, that's an overnight. It's going to take a minute.
Wow.
Cool. So let's talk about itsy bitsy teeny weeny pumpkin pie not made of zucchini.
Day.
Oh, landed it.
Pie made of zucchini. I guess I could.
I tried.
This is awesome. Aw. This is actually probably one of my favorite Raspberry Pi devices now. The Turing Pi cluster board. This turns up to 7 Raspberry Pi compute modules into a powerful cluster device that you can use as a NAS, for artificial intelligence, for cloud infrastructure, for gaming, or whatever computing task you desire. And I think it's cool because you can have, this is like having your very own mini Beowulf cluster running 7 Raspberry Pi compute modules. And it's going to cost only $189, which is really good. That's not counting the Pis, of course.
You still need to buy the compute module separately. Yeah.
Yes. And it will fit in a standard mini ITX case. So that's
the
really
big one.
Awesome. That's
mini
the big
ITX
one right there.
form factor.
Yes.
The baseboard that you buy, the Turing Pi, it's even got HDMI. There's 2 versions that I can see. One has a 24 pin ATX connector. The other one has an external 12 volt DC. So that looks interesting. That not $190 interesting for me, but I can see a lot of people to which it's like, oh, I can run 7 Raspberry Pis off of one mini ITX board.
Is.
It's like,
I mean,
excuse me.
This is not the breaking news
Yeah.
for this. What is? It's now available for pre-order. It has a price tag on it. It's
Yeah.
no longer like, hey, we're thinking about making this thing. Like, no, this thing's real. You want to buy one? I'm like, no, really. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah. If you need one of these, you need one of these. You know.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, that's neat. Maybe I'll play with you. Like, oh, that'd be awesome. And that's cool. I mean, Kubernetes, man. That's what you need. The Kubernetes Pi cluster. All in the size of the sheet of an A4 paper.
Yes. Very true.
So this is
the
making me
teeny
thinking
tiny.
about spending some money, Pedro. Why?
Yeah, well, we don't have any information on pricing yet, so
No.
that could be the yay or nay. But what you're looking at that is a stumpy little cuboid-shaped box from Chuvi. They are Chinese computer manufacturer. They also have they make tablets and phones, but they're coming up with an x86, 6 centimeter by 6 centimeter. That's about 4 centimeters tall. Little cuboid thingy, and yeah, it's got a Celeron in it. It supports, I think they said it was up to 4 gigs of RAM. No, 6 gigs of RAM.
6 gigs.
Yeah. 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and a quad-core Celeron N4100, which, to be fair, is an older chip, but quad-core, so that'll drive some things. And yeah, no, that is tiny. That is smaller than a Nook. It's like 6 centimeters.
43 millimeters by 61 by 6. It's a baby little board cube. It's so
Yeah,
adorable.
it's
so
tiny
cute.
thing. So yeah, no, the price is going to be the thing that dictates whether or not this is pickup or yeah, no.
I like this, man. I mean, it's got the USB ports, HDMI, and yeah, the thing that threw me a bit sideways was active cooling.
Yep.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
they call it the Lark box.
Lark.
It's a lark.
The lark. It's a lark. Aw.
That's
Well,
kind of
this-
neat.
This is like a mini Next Cube. It's so cute. Just put Window Maker on there for a little mini Next Cube experience.
Oh, man. Then it really would be overpriced and useless.
Aww. But cute. So cute.
That's kind of neat, man. I'm a huge fan. It depends. For me, it's all about the construction quality and how resilient it is after you've launched it, somebody getting on your nerves. And whether or not I can
Does
pick
it
back
still
up.
work after you crack someone's skull with it?
Pretty much. That's
Yeah.
what I look for. That's the only thing that, like, active cooling. I don't know. But I'm 100% with you on Pedro. It's all about the price. Because if you give me something,
the form factor is really neat.
form
Yeah,
factor's brilliant.
it's
I like
beautiful.
it. And they're feeling like, what, 70 quid? Like, yeah.
To 100 pounds, it's like, yeah, sure.
Well,
Absolutely.
I would pause for probably still I'm just picking up to play with, but yeah, anything under 100, you're just like, I'm just gonna pick one up. Why? I don't know. Just
Yeah.
put it on my desk, man.
And if it has VESA mounts, because usually these teeny tiny computers have like the
Yeah.
screw holes on the bottom, line up with VESA mounts, so you can just done.
Pedro, all computers that small have Visa mounts. It's called tape and zip ties.
Yeah. Velcro.
The SSD approach, I get it.
I don't even use that. It just kind of fits between where the hard drive was. It's like, there we go.
It can dangle. That's fine.
It can dangle, it bounces around. That's an SSD mount, man. Tell us about your Pis and your SSD mounts and
Yeah.
all that. We want your information. We want your. That doesn't sound creepy, but yeah, we totally do. I don't even know what we do with it. No, but scream in our direction. You can leave a comment on YouTube and all that. No guaranteed. But we have cleverly disguised a button on our web zone that will allow all of us to get a message that you send, and maybe we can talk about it on the show.
That could very well happen. Maybe it's even labeled contact if you go to losegamecast.com. It is the best way to get in touch with us, and you should read the disclaimers at the top. Hopefully those won't put you off, because if you're just sharing something like you, it's a really funny SSD mount that you have going on in your home PC right now. Maybe it's up on the wall. Take a picture of it. Send it to us. If you make me laugh, I'll give you a game key. How's that?
All right.
So there's that. Let us know.
It's gonna be brilliant. We do have one from our long-suffering Windows using pal.
Oh, Cameron, I'm sorry.
Earl.
Hey man, he writes, "Yo, AMD Master Race. So, look at that. Who? We have Intel on the ropes. You guys, Intel shilling days are over." So are you? Never mind. This doesn't make any sense. Next step is to destroy NVIDIA, because you guys are still NVIDIA shills. I haven't messaged you guys in months. And this is the dribble that comes to mind. Yeah, it's repetitive dribble. See, unfortunately,
you used to be clever about your insults, Cameron.
Well, this is prolonged. You see, Cameron at one point was Linux curious, and his composition and writing abilities and trolling abilities were greatly enhanced, with increased. But he since went back to Windows, and you've seen what long-term exposure to Microsoft has resulted in. It's barely coherent. It's quite sad.
Yeah. Well, Earl, I have actually been running an AMD RX 580 GPU on my main gaming and broadcasting rig and love it. I've been doing that
What
for about 6
processor do you
months
have there,
now.
Jill?
Yeah, but I have an Intel quad-core 5th-gen processor. Yes. And
No,
but Ven has an AMD Threadbooper, but it's running on an Intel board. So
Have you gone
How
dumb?
do you do that?
How do you do that? That makes no sense. How do you have
LGA board?
what?
LGA.
No, it's not how Threadrippers
Just
work.
because the pins doesn't
Yeah.
make it in.
Well, LGAs are manufactured by Intel motherboards.
Yeah, it's not something I'd want to double down on, Jill. Hey,
Yeah.
we got to bounce out of here,
LGA
beautiful
is
people.
manufactured by.
And we will check you out next week. Sometimes you got to save people from themselves. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah. All right. Let's roll some credits. Maybe. Let's try it.
There.
What?
Was I the only one who heard of that? Maybe I was the only one who heard of that. I don't know. Maybe that tumor has finally popped and my brain's going, nope, we're out.
Linux Gunuru, thank you so much. Thank you so much for upping your subscription. We love you. Thank you to our beautiful
One of our
producers.
longest running viewers, listeners, fans, whatever you want to call them. Insult them while I'm at it.
Yeah, well, most of my motherboards that are LGA are made by Intel, so there you go.
I told you not to double down on it.
Let it
see you
go,
next
Jill.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's lock the recordings. Oh, hot. We made it through 41, 45. All right. Hey, we did a show, everyone.
Cool. Also, what the hell was Cameron talking about?
I don't know.
Intel shills?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, because you guys have always been good about talking about both, so.
But that's the thing. Jordan was the only one who bought the Skylake, the 6700K. And even then, it was a bit begrudgingly, because it's like, there's no alternative! I have to!
The LGA sockets have been used in 1996 by the MIPS. No, they're Intel. Matthew, didn't you hear?
Yes, Jill said so. It's
An
Intel.
HPA
Come on.
8000 in 1996. This is like a good time. Jill be like, I might have misspoke, guys.
I done goofed. That's what I do. It's like, yes, I done goofed. I don't use that exact expression. I use the one you can't say on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's like a physical pain.
Eating a little bit of crow every now and then's good for you. I should know. I've eaten plenty.
Right? Well, I mean, it's short compared to 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's usually an hour and a half, an hour and 40 for these shows, for the whole live bit.
Yeah, we've been going for like an hour and 40.
Yep.
We usually try to keep it about 150, about an extra 10 minutes after that. Yeah, Matthew, when are we going to get that Lutris PC? I do not envy anyone who's trying to do a purpose-built PC, because I was talking to Pedro earlier about parting out the Son of Jackbox. And can I do like a customized unit that would be, you know, like Thingiverse type thing? Like, here, you can make this and it'll be cheap. And like every possible combination of that was, it's just a pain, man. You people with your tiny computers want a lot of money.
Yeah, part of me really enjoys whenever I have to take Nori's PC apart to add something or to replace something.
Mm-hmm.
But the other part of me, namely my hands, go, so you just cut us like 3 or 4 times in 15 minutes working inside that case. Can you stop?
Oh, man. I haven't really sliced myself open in a minute with a, they're so much better now. These modern cases.
Yeah, that Right Tech case is, it looks really nice. It's all brushed aluminum all around it, or aluminium as they say here. But it's got sharp edges. It's got very sharp edges. If you're not careful when you reach in, it's like, chink!
I just expect that, though, you know, especially from all the just bargain basement cases. I have like 3 or 4, you know, the cases with the blue side button,
yes.
Oval ones. Yeah, that's in case I ever need knives. It's the only reason I keep those. I lose my knife sharpener, I just take those out and use it to slice veg. Yeah, these like the modern, what are they? Cooler Mouse? Wait, Corsair. It's They're rounded, man. They're Nerf. They got like styrofoam, the equivalent of it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, there's
the 270R that I have. It's like the cheapo version of the one you have, and it's like, oh, there's no sharp edges anywhere.
Chibs, that's a good point. One thing I do miss is the original box of business was it was a full-size tower. Right? I mean, if you put the wheels on it, it was higher than this desk, and it's about as high as all steel, though. All of it. The only piece of plastic in that entire case was the front panel door. I do miss that, because, I mean, nothing would break that, period, ever. That's why I still have that case.
Yeah, that's the case that Nori's computer is in. The outside, it looks really nice. Mini ITX. It can fit a full-size GPU in there too.
Okay.
It's a really nice case. But damn, because you need to take all the panels out to do anything in it, obviously, because mini ITX. And those outside panels, they have very, very sharp edges.
Yeah. I have that same case, Pedro, in green. I have the mint green one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to buy the blue one, but it was very much out of stock everywhere, so it's like, alright, silver
Yeah.
one.
You get the silver
I've been
one
wanting
and a
to
Sharpie.
the pink one, but you can't find it anymore.
You
Yeah,
can
I've
find
been
the
wanting
pink
the pink
version of
one.
the Plus.
Yeah.
If you get the Regentech Metis Plus, you can still find the brushed pink aluminum.
Yeah. hmm So beautiful. I love those cases.
Well, you gotta quit opening them so much. My goal is when I close a computer is never to have to open it again.
It's just been a matter of Nori's needs have evolved from this, like, oh, it's just a gaming machine. Okay, here you go. Done. Go. And it's like, oh, I need storage, and I need this, and I need this. Like, alright. Okay. Ah. And the next one is going to be replacing that 1050 Ti that's in there with 1660 Ti or 1660 Super, probably.
I get making, like, see, both of the boxes that I've built in here are just big, honking, massive Corsair cases because I need as many Swiss cheese holes as possible so I can run the fans as quiet as possible and still get airflow. Because that's the engineering issue with when you're dealing with audio. And that the board cube Jackbox, which is genuinely this giant box, which is just a sieve for dust. It's lovely because they didn't put filters on it. Those are great, but I like big. I like that though, because even with the TR4 motherboard, Jordan has the same case. We never even talked about it. Of course we bought the same case. It looks like a little ATX board inside of the case. I mean, there's just gaping room. What are you trying to find, Pedro?
I'm trying to find the video that I took of Nori's PC running because it shows that it's in... Because she's got her desk, it's one of those slanted desks, and it's got those IKEA feet that have a little shelf near the bottom. And basically, her PC had to fit in that shelf. That was the requirement.
The worst
why I
I've
ended up
ever
going to
cut
that
myself
case.
on a computer was not on a case. It was on, it was that Thermaltake that used to make the multicolored, like, gold-ass heat sinks, but we really didn't know anything about thermals, and this was like that dual fan design with a crazy... There was a minute.
That circular one?
It was like two stacks, two circles.
Yeah.
It was like blue and gold or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And believe it or not, kids, there was a moment, it only lasted for about 30, possibly 33 seconds, where loud was a thing. That's how you had a decent system when you cut it on. You're like, yeah. Look up tornado fans. But I didn't think I was poking at it. I don't think I intentionally, it wasn't like I deserve this, you know, it wasn't one of those. But I was fussing around with the case on, and that little buzzsaw fan, it could have been like 60 millimeters, caught in the, I still have the scar, the blade, plastic blade broke off into my finger. I was like, ow. Pulled that out and like squirt, squirt, squirt. I just remember that because it was like 11:45, close to midnight. So I ended up having to go to an all-night store to get super glue because he didn't have an extra fan laying around.
Yeah.
So I had to super glue the blade back on. And of course it wasn't balanced in that computer until I gave it to someone. So
Oh my.
Yeah, you had to put it on like a towel or something. Didn't put it on hardwood surface.
Trestle is the name of those legs that have the adjustable height on both sides. And these are the ones that Nori's desk is currently sitting on.
Oh,
See that little
Oh
shelf?
yeah.
oh
Yeah.
Yes,
The computer had to fit there.
That's a hipster sawhorse.
Yeah. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are becoming really
It's
popular.
Yeah, it's
Those
for
are cool, though. I
creating
like
a desk that you can tilt, say, if you're drawing on it.
Yeah.
Because, man, people need. That's how you know that you're being serious. You have a tilted desk. You're like, oh, I thought you were one of those amateur artists. No,
She is going to school to be, do that professionally. So
that's what I'm saying. You know, she doesn't want to get picked on drawing on a flat surface. When all of her friends have non-flat tilted surfaces, well, still flat. This is angled.
And I managed to find an Android tablet that actually has the Wacom pressure layer built into the touchscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Had to give Samsung some money, but she now has a really nice drawing tablet as well.
See, if I was doing this, I would have bought a 19-inch rack with the adjustable folding top like this, and just used the rack mounts to put everything in computer-wise, and just bought a blank surface 19-inch enclosure. But that's just me, and I'm efficient and do stuff like that. But
How much was that?
$60.
That's 10. Well, it was £50 for both of the feet and the desk top.
I can bludgeon someone to death with that too.
I could yank out one of the boards there and bludgeon someone to death with it. It probably wouldn't go back on right, but I could.
It's 19-inch. Racks are good, man. You get all the. Then you end up with like stupid things because I have a shelf, a 19-inch rack shelf, $30 for a piece of metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh. That thing. There you go, Katana.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the one. Thermal take. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That thing-
Classic.
They took a bite. I'd like to believe it's still vibrating in computers. That was some good super glue, because I didn't expect the super glue to work, but yeah, it's chemically bonded, so.
Yes, Raspberry Burb. That's what around here is called the hobo unit.
Yep, we got the hobo scale. It's a well-established metric of ruggedization. Let's see, we'll hang out until 4:30. What are you doing, Jill? You being awfully quiet.
Yeah.
I know you spent a lot of time like researching LGA sockets there after the show.
Oh.
You could see
No,
the
no.
reading
Oh, yeah,
happening.
You could see it. It's like, damn it.
I knew the LGA sockets, but Intel actually made one that was called LGA, and it was really confusing because it was the LGA socket with the LGA motherboard. So,
So what are you up to now?
um,
What are you looking at? What you reading?
I'm going back in chat because the Discord wouldn't. I realized it wasn't moving for a while because it didn't move.
It does that.
It does that. It's been annoying this version, so I'm going back and looking at all the.
Socket A. Okay, is that going to be a socket?
The AMD version of Socket 1.
Oh. Nah. That was for, the Thunderbirds.
Yep.
Yep. What about slot A, man? Come on.
Oh yeah, I love slot A. Oh, there's a Raspberry Bird. He said I might order an LGC shirt for my birthday. That would be awesome, Raspberry Bird.
I had one of those ridiculous thermal take coolers for the slot A. It was a big gold deal with like 3 little fans on it. These are useless, man. When I think about like what I know about thermal conductivity and just like what works now, I'm like, we didn't know what we were doing. You just bought it because it was gold. Stuck it on the side. You're like, yeah, it's doing
To be
something.
fair, the manufacturers didn't know what they were doing.
Oh,
It's
not
like,
really,
oh,
not
that's a
really.
thing. It creates heat. All right, let's put some fans on it.
Oh, look at that little cutie.
Aw, Chibsy. Yeah, that might have been one that Chibsy cut himself on.
That looks like a homebrew.
That's a tall boy. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the cases that I've killed myself on. The full height AT cases.
It was a pretty crap
Back in the
case.
day.
If you killed yourself on them, it didn't work very well.
No, No, just
Better luck next time, Case.
those are the ones that I've cut myself on.
Yeah, when you see like rolled steel case, you think it's like, oh, this is smooth. Nope, no, it's not.
No, yeah.
Found a spot.
Oh, Raspberry
Yes.
Burb. I'm gonna give you a link to PC Part Picker.
Why? Because you've done this.
Because I have seen a lot of people making wood cases.
I've thought about it. My carpentry skills are well established. Bad.
I mean, here's one, but yeah, you can just go to the completed builds up on top and search for wood and just find the ones that, yeah, made out of wood. That one looks like a tiny little speaker.
Do I really have to enable? Oh. Oh yeah, dude. I would totally make fun of you if you hadn't.
There was one that was
Oh, cute.
featured a while back that was all wood. That one was like 100% wood all the time.
That
Oh,
doesn't
it's
even look
beautiful.
like wood. That looks like particle board with the
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it is. It's the lemon, not it's particle board.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm down
this
with
one
that.
is made out of walnut.
I mean, good on them for making it. I'm just talking some smack.
Aw. I've always wanted to make a wooden case
Then
for a
make one.
computer. Yeah, I should.
Huh. Wooden rope PC. See that's somebody. That looks like an espresso machine that went wrong.
Yeah, it does. That's good,
Like-
Arthur.
Yeah, they made this one just completely
The
out
problem
of
with that, Matthew. The problem with that is I can smell that. Smells like crepes. Teen angst.
That's nice.
Yeah, that one's made out of walnut, and
Beautiful.
they put tempered glass on the top because
Now, stay with me, kids. The reason we don't use wood is because thermals.
Yeah. I definitely put some drill some air holes in it. My drill press.
You're
and...
gonna treat it like a puppy.
Yeah.
Don't drill
give me
holes
that
in your
Scooby
puppies,
snack?
kids. It's a bad idea.
But I would use wood dowels.
Paper PC case. That's doable.
Arthur, that's called a pizza box.
Paper mache, baby. You're like, I haven't opened it. This is me being old. Open air case. The wall? Yeah, I've done that. I did that back in the
Yeah.
90s. I built a computer on a wall. Oh, you want a pre-built wall? Oh, you want a portable? Ah, come on. Yeah, pizza box lab. Man, dude. I'm not saying for a permanent installation, but yeah. Then again, it was a lot easier because desktop form factor was still a thing too, so it wasn't. You could make the connection. Is buying a managed switch for my home over as somebody with a router board 3011 and the rack? No, not even a little bit. Doesn't even register.
Exactly how much control do you want over your home network? There you go. There's your answer.
It's like, oh, I need to forward a port. Give me 5 minutes. Let me see how it's done on this thing.
Yep.
No longer a thing. RF. Well, I mean, if you get a PC next to your ham station, you're probably going to notice it. I don't know if I really had to deal with the RF. The only RF like weirdness I've ever legitimately experienced that would bug me is I have a yellow guitar pedal, a stomp box that picks up radio stations. Doesn't matter what country it's in, it will pick up radio stations right through the amp. Yeah, there's really no like what do you need a managed switch for though? I guess that's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah. It's like if you're trying to deploy your own little gray wire inside your house. You can.
Segmentation? You set up some VLANs though, right?
It depends. Because in Virgin's thing, I can set different subnets.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do any VLAN specifically, but I can set different subnets.
If you are looking for something... One of these will keep you busy for a month, easy. And that's even if you buy it going, I got a bunch of Cisco certs, I remember how to... No, I don't. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
I have the Cisco CCNA, ICDN 1 and 2.
when you realize that there's an application to access that thing and you need to use it for a reason... Also, though, I mean, it's got a little thing to plug in your 3G modem for your remote management if it's out in the field and you need to dial into it. Bonding's easy, though, if you need to bond 5 ISP connections to one port. You can do that. Yeah, 3G. There's just got a MPCIe slot on it. Put anything you want in there, but yeah, most people use it for 3G, 4G, 5G, GG. It's not a consumer device. It's not. But it's cheap enough to be one. Plus, it's got an LCD screen on the front. Come on. It makes graphs and stuff. It's neat for the first day and you never use it again. It's awesome.
Oh, I recognize that build.
What are you looking at now?
I'm still looking at PC part picker.
Katana, dude, it's got a quad-core ARM V7 gig of RAM. Yeah, it runs Linux. It's just straight Linux. Yes, there's no doubt in my mind that runs Doom. 100%. Modem mode?
Yeah.
That's not heinous.
That's mine.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's yours. I've seen that before. I like your
That
cage
is
you got.
this box. No tempered glass, no Rugbus.
Mm. Yeah, Doc, that's their Linux distribution. It's Router OS. Honestly, unless you need to set up like nested queuing, and I was going to say some other words, some really weird nightmare stuff that is not typically available, I wouldn't yeah. If you're looking for something to do, get one, but outside of that, get one with like easy buttons on it. Get something more intuitive, like a Cisco product. This command module. But you can install there's a bunch of you can install things to it. And this is just reality, man. Let's see, do I have anything incriminating? As he looks at the screen. That didn't work.
I always have to make double sure whenever I take a screenshot. It's like, what am I running? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, right. And then I usually do a two-step. I do that, then I'll crack it open and GIMP, just for like. I'm not really. There's not like any. I don't know. What's like the worst thing you could post, Jill? What would be the worst thing that you could post?
Something that. Huh.
Something really incriminating just popped into Jill's
Yeah.
mind. You could see the eyes widen a little bit. Go.
Something I'd never post.
Could be a picture of me and next to the drugs.
Me and my stash.
Yes.
Straight up Heisenberg level stuff going on. It's like, that's the other room. That's where they cut it.
Yeah, no, for me it's just the bad habits I picked up in Portugal. The local video store.
I didn't get the time, man. It's, I'm too lazy for that now. It's just, I say lazy. It's just effort reward of like, do I get that on a service? Okay, yeah, boop, let's just watch it.
Yeah, in the US, you can get it on a Surface. Over here, there's some stuff that's not there yet. Especially some anime stuff. Namely, like all of the Studio Ghibli animations that are now available via Netflix in Japan. But if you're in the UK, you only have 3.
Well, it comes down to when I decided I was going to watch some of the Castlevania stuff. I immediately, I went to the local video store. I was like, wait a minute. Wait. All right. Sorry. Yeah, we're just going to watch it on Netflix, man. VPN. Because we're not pirates. Strider.
Again, it's a bad habit that I picked up in Portugal because Portugal had nothing. Fucking. That was a naughty word on Wednesday. But yeah, no, it's like the southwest end of Europe, and it was just neglected.
Just give me an option to pay for it. I'll pay for it. I've always said that. And when they started doing that, I kept my end of the bargain. Because, you know, it turns out that some things I like, they need money to keep making them.
That's the thing. Reward the people who do stuff you like.
Nope. I'll just scream and say, how come this show's not around anymore? And I didn't do. Oh, I'll just go watch the next thing now.
Yeah, no, games, I don't pirate games anymore because, hey, oh, look, Steam. Oh, hey, look, there's a game I want to play. Oh, it's on sale, too. There you go.
Just being on Linux for 2+ decades, Where did you guys find... First of all, I was like, where did you find pirated Linux games followed by all 6 of them?
Also, do they still work?
Because up until, like, maybe the first year of Steam, I could clearly say that I had every Linux game available. Except for a lot of the LGP stuff, because I couldn't pay £60 for a game I didn't want.
I had the one LGP game, Sacred, that I would very much like to be able to play properly again, the Linux version.
Ah, man, name one game. Name one game that... Like, this was after saying, name one game that doesn't... Oh, that runs like... What did I say? I said something just plain and fun, and Strider tried to make an argument about it, and he got slopped down real quick.
No, it's Strider. The first thing is to bend down, grab the goalpost, and scooch.
He modified the deal at first. Oh, it runs the business. I was like, hey, man, RTCW Coop runs the business on modern. Name one game that doesn't run whatever. And it's like Sacred Gold. He's like, well, that runs on wine. I didn't say anything about wine. Wine
Not
runs
very well. Even the wine version's busted.
Then I was just waiting. I was watching this because I don't interject too much when everyone's having a good time. We were going back and forwards in Discord, and I just dropped the thermonuclear warhead, and it was like, Rust. Out. Koala flames. I was like, oh man, let's see. You did, to your credit. It takes a big capybara to admit they were wrong.
But yeah, Strider, I don't want you admitting defeat. I want you to figure out exactly what it takes to get the Linux version of Sacred Gold running properly again.
Scott, I'll save you some time. Don't use Wayland. But I got a name. Don't use Wayland. It's not ready yet.
Wayland works fine with NVIDIA if you use EGL streams.
This is the reason people have problems with Wayland. They run it.
I've been running it on the laptop here that's actually running 2004. And it works if all you have is an Intel IGP. It works. Even the stuff that requires X Wayland to render stuff on screen works.
I think a good rule of thumb, if you're just going to be watching, if you're using it straight up desktop, the second you bring games into this relationship, don't.
Yeah.
OBS, video capture, video production, don't. And if you show up in the OBS Discord channel, you're like, Wayland, like, don't run it then.
Yeah. But you can run Wayland on NVIDIA with KDE. Because NVIDIA actually submitted the patches for KWin to run.
The tenacity of NVIDIA, though, I mean, at some point you have to respect them sticking to the guns of like, no, EGL.
It's like everyone else is doing their own thing and implementing Wayland that way. And NVIDIA's like, we're doing it this way.
To NVIDIA's credit, man, but like the reason, like, not layoffs, but for NVIDIA's like, yo, we're going to be giving people raises and we're not going to get rid of anyone. Which they should, because you have all the money. I think it's that's why you just run XFC and be done with it. It's consistent. Do you know what changed between my 412 and 414 desktop? Numbers on the about screen. I'm sure there's some other stuff in there. Again, just you can solve all your problems with Wayland by not using it. I don't.
Yeah.
You're laughing like, he's being fun. I'm being definitely serious here.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Unity? Yeah.
You can use the UbiPorts version of Unity. Apparently that one works okay.
There you go, Scott. See, and people say Linux is confusing. All right. Well, everyone, I would say get back to work, but, you know, we know. Get back to pretending to work. There we go. I'm totally working. See? I'm going to make a podcast. And, are you going to take Steve for a walk?
Yeah. Definitely going to go for a walk soon. Probably get something to eat first.
How are you guys doing? I know you two will starve to death if you can't get takeout food. Is all the places still open?
Yeah, most of them are, fortunately. There are quite a few that are closed. Some of them temporarily. Some of them are just going to be closed, which is depressing, but we're trying to do our part and support them.
Right. Right on.
Yeah.
Paige sending some hot text.
No, I have work to do apparently.
That's an alert box. Oh man.
Yeah, that's my work phone.
No. All right, beautiful people. We will see you next week. That'd be a thing. All right.
Yay! Love you all.
Bye.
Glow sticks. Oh man, I thought you said eat.